Hello guys, welcome back to the video sessions that every Monday and Thursday we have for you. This time we're going to start by learning how to respond sympathetically. We are going to work a little bit on pronunciation, and also guys, we are going to practice how to write a complaint email, which is really important and is really useful for you to know. Okay, let's start then.
Hey guys, good afternoon. My name is Teacher Raul. I'm going to be working with you in the page on the page 102 and 103. It's the last part of the unit 8, and I don't know if you remember, guys, you worked with your teacher Josue the previous pages 100 and 101. So in this case, I'm going to be helping you to develop the last part. So let's check the topic. The topic is I hear what you're saying. It's something about understanding what the person or another person is saying. Let's go to the useful language just to understand some of the things that we can use in a conversation to understand a message and to keep on talking with the person we are having this conversation. First of all, we have showing understanding. Then we have disagreeing politely and preparing the listener for bad news. Let's start with showing the understanding. The first example is, I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, that is frustrating. That's such a shame. Pity. What a pity. So, and I'm sorry to hear that, it's something that we often say to understand or to be kind on the other person that is sharing with us something, and sometimes that person can be sad and they're sharing us a sad story. So we can show understanding by giving this answer. I'm sorry to hear that. May I help you? I'm sorry to hear that. Do you need something else? Is something that I can do for you? Etc. We can use a lot of things to show interest. Then we have yes, that's frustrating. It's very similar. We're just making the same point, that the message is frustrating, as the same as the person who is sharing with you the conversation. Then we have that's such a shame. Pity. What a pity. Understanding the feelings of the people, we can use this. An example could be if a person says to me, I lost my wallet on the street, or I lost my cell phone, and we can answer what a shame or what a pity to make that person feel that we understand that problem. Then on the second part, we have disagreeing politely. This is, as it says, disagreeing but in a polite way, not trying to avoid a problem or trying to avoid a confrontation with the other person. So we have in the example, I hear what you're saying, but, or I see what you're saying, but, and then you give your point of view. The other example is, I understand, but. So these are very useful to disagreeing politely with another person. An example could be, if somebody says to me, Raul, I think that you are an awful soccer player. I could answer, I understand, but I understand, but I don't train daily or every day. I don't train every day. So I'm disagreeing politely, and I'm making my own point of view. That can be some examples. Then we have preparing the listener for bad news. As it says, we prepare the other person to just hear a bad news from our part. So the examples are, you see, the thing is, it's just that, unfortunately, I'm afraid that, I'm sorry to say. So an example that we can use in this part is that maybe a pet of your friend dies, and you have to say it in a very you have to be very careful to just not so you don't hurt their feelings. So it can be you see, the thing is, your dog died, so you are preparing a person to hear this bad news. So guys, let's go to the exercise 1. It says speaking. Listen to 3 conversations in which one person wants a change in their situation. Match the conversation with the speaker who wants. So let's go to the exercise. We're going to listen to the audios, and then we're going to match each exercise to the correct answer.
1. Hi, how can I help you? Oh, hello. I bought this game a couple of weeks ago, but it doesn't work on my PC. I'm sorry to hear that. Let me see. This is for the PlayStation. Yes, I know that now, but the guy who helped me told me it worked on a PC. That's weird. It does say clearly on the box it's for PlayStation. The thing is, I didn't see the box when I bought it. The other guy got one from the back of the store and put it in the bag. I see. Yes, that is frustrating. But you've opened the box. Unfortunately, we don't normally accept returns if the box has been opened. Yes, but I didn't notice until I opened it. I was hoping I could return it to get the right game for the PC. Okay, I don't think I can do anything for you, but I'll check with the manager and see what she thinks. That would be great. Hold on a minute, I'll be right back. 2.
Okay, let's pause it to answer the exercise, the first one, and then we'll go with the other 2. Okay, conversation 1. What does it mention on conversation 1? It mentions about a kid buying a game for PlayStation, but he had an error because the game that he wanted, he was searching it for a PC. So the other guy or the seller gave him a PlayStation game. So what would be the correct answer? A second chance to do something. B, to get some money back for something they bought. C, to replace something that isn't right. What would it be? Well, let's check. I think it's C, to replace something that it isn't right. Why? Because, as I already told you, the seller gave this guy a game for PlayStation and he was looking one for his PC. So it's the correct one. Let's check it. Yes, it's correct. To replace something that it isn't right. The game wasn't right. So let's go to the conversation 2, guys. Let's listen.
Welcome to RailLink Web. To book a train ticket for next day travel, press 1. For other inquiries, please hold the line.
Good morning, RailLink Web. How can I help you?
Oh, hello. I'm calling about a trip I made yesterday. I wanted to buy my ticket online last week, but I couldn't use my young person's rail card to get a discount. The website told me I had to buy the ticket at the station.
That's right. You have to show your card.
Right, but there was a really long line at the ticket office. I couldn't buy a ticket.
So you paid on the train?
Yes, and it cost me 3 times what I would have paid online. So I'd like to get the money back, please.
I see what you're saying, but there's very little I can do for you. You see, you chose to buy the ticket on the train rather than at the station.
That was because there was only one ticket office open, and I didn't want to miss the train. If the station...
I understand, but the only thing you could do is write an email to customer services.
I think I might do that.
So on conversation 2, it mentions a guy who bought a ticket 3 times more expensive than usual. So what would be the answer? A second chance to do something, or that would be to get some money back for something they bought. he asked for the girl or the operator the return of his money. So what would be the answer? Let's check it. To get some money back for something they bought. Yes, it's very obvious. So now let's check the last conversation number 3.
3.
Mr. Lebowski?
Hi, Christina. You wanted to see me. Take a seat.
Yes, I just wanted to ask you about my history exam.
You got a D, didn't you?
Exactly. I didn't understand the comment you wrote on my paper.
Right. Well, it's very simple, really. I'm sorry to say you didn't answer the question.
I thought I did.
I did say that you needed to explain why you think the war started.
It's just that I put so much work into it.
That's a shame. You're normally very good at understanding the task.
I was hoping that you could give me until Friday to do it again.
I'm sorry, Christina. I can't. I would have to do the same for all the other students.
Okay. I knew you'd say that. Thank you anyway.
I'll tell you what. Let me think about it, and I'll get back to you tomorrow, okay?
Great. Thank you.
I'm not promising anything.
No, I know. Thank you anyway.
Okay, guys, on the conversation number 3, it's about a girl or a student who did an exam or a test, and she didn't answer a question as she wanted to, or as the teacher wanted to. So she took a chance to go to speak with the teacher and to get another chance. So it is very obvious the answer here, a second chance to do something. The teacher didn't promise that he would give her the opportunity to do the test again, but it was he was going to think about it. So he was giving her a chance. So let's check it, and it's a second chance to do something. Very obvious. Okay, guys. Well, we did the exercise 1 together, and the next exercise I will give you the instructions, then I will explain, and then you will you will do it by yourself. Okay. The exercise 2, it says pronunciation. This is very important. Being sympathetic means listening to understand how someone feels, and being kind if they have a problem. We show sympathy in the words we use and the way we sound. In general, sympathetic intonation goes up and down more than unsympathetic intonation. This means, guys, that we show sympathy, or we show that we understand somebody by the intonations or the way we speak. So, for example, in the exercise A, listen to the same sentence said twice. Notice how the voice goes up and down in the second, more sympathetic sounding sentence. Let's listen to the first one. It says, "I'm really sorry to hear that." And the second one, it says the same thing, but in another intonation. "I'm really sorry to hear that." Let's listen to the example with the lady.
1.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
2.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
So in this part, it is very important, guys, to you to see the importance of the intonation. That way we can make maybe a speaking very understandable to another person, or we can show that we are understanding the things that they say. Now let's go to the exercise B. It says, listen to the sentence. Does the speaker sound sympathetic? You have to write an S, or unsympathetic. You have to write a U. Okay, so let's listen to it, and you have to do it by yourselves, and at the end we're going to check the answers.
1. I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me see. 2. That is frustrating. 3. Unfortunately, we don't normally accept returns if the box has been opened. 4. I don't think I can do anything for you, but I'll check with the manager. 5.
I see what you're saying, but there's very little I can do for you.
6.
You could write an email to customer service.
Okay guys, so we listen on the exercise B where it says listen to the sentences. Does the speaker sound sympathetic or unsympathetic? Using the audios, I think that the first one would be
1. I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me see.
I think it's sympathetic. He sounds more sympathetic than the other examples. So the first one would be sympathetic, an S. Number 2.
2. That is frustrating.
In this part, what do you think, guys? Is it S or U? Let's repeat it.
That is frustrating.
In my point of view, it is sympathetic. Number 3.
3. Unfortunately, we don't normally accept returns if the box has been opened.
Number 3, sympathetic as well because the intonation changes. Number 4.
4. I don't think I can do anything for you, but I'll check with the manager.
I think it's sympathetic too because he changes the intonation and he wants to help the kid. And the number 5 and 6.
5.
I see what you're saying, but there's very little I can do for you.
In number 5, I think it's you. If you hear the lady, she doesn't speak with a sympathetic way. She doesn't speak in a sympathetic way, but she speaks an unsympathetic way. So I would put U, the letter U. And number 6.
6.
You could write an email to customer service.
As well as number 5, I think that number 6 is U. So if you have it like I did it, consider it correct. If you have another results, well, it can be okay. We don't have the correct answers. So let's continue with the next exercise. Number 3, work in pairs. Choose 2 of the 3 situations. It says we have to work in pairs, so as we know, we can't do this. So let's change to the other part. In this part, number 4, we have work in pairs. We can't work in pairs, so we're going to move to number 5. Number 5, read the email on the page 152 and answer the questions. So let's go to the page number 152. So, okay guys, we are on page 152, Unit 8, a complaint email. This is useful. Just as it name says, a complaint email, to make a complaint to a store or to a place that you bought something and you want to give a complaint about returning your money or maybe trying to get another new product. So you have to read it, guys. These parts, look at the writing tips on the page 151 about being and ending formal letters. So you go to page 151 and check this part. Then in the second part, we have explain clearly why you are complaining. You have to explain clearly why you are making the complaint and what was the problem with your product. The second part, it says use formal linkers to connect your point. Consequently, this would help you to connect your points and to give more information to your complaint. Then we have the next part. It says start exactly what you want to start exactly what you want the company to do. In this part we can see it says, I would like a refund. So this person is looking to get his money back. He doesn't want a new product or a change of a product. He just wants his money or her money. Then on the next part it says, include any documents or evidence that supports your complaint with your email. In this part you have to attach some emails or maybe a video about the problems you had with the product. Maybe you can open the product and as you open the product you see that your product is broken or is missing some parts, so you have to take a photo or a small video in order to send it and to have evidence, and this will support your complaint and will help you a lot to get exactly what you want the company to give you. So read this part, guys, and I'll see you on the page 103 to continue with the questions. Okay, guys, so we are back on page 103 and we're gonna check the questions. What did Park Seo-young want to buy? Number 2, what problems did she have paying for it? What other problems was there with the product? Was her phone call to the company successful? Why and why not? What 3 things does she want the company to do? So let's check it. The first one is, what did Park Seo-young want to buy? Well, she wanted to buy a gift card, right? If you have gift card, it is correct. Number 2, what problems did she have paying for it? What other problems was there with the product? The problem she had was paying for it. She had a gift card. It's a very common card where a person gives you a gift in your birthday or in another occasion, very important occasion for you. And with this type of cards you can buy things from online or the web. You can buy, like in this case, you can buy songs or albums, or you can buy games in other places, other apps. So the problem she had was that she had to pay because the gift card didn't work. So maybe she thought, I will pay, it's not that expensive, I'm interested to buy the album, so I'm gonna pay for it. And when she did it, the other problem was that she did buy the album and the name was correct, but it was another album, an older album. So this made the person very, very mad. So let's go to now in the question number 3. It says, was her phone call to the company successful and why? She mentions that she called in the helpline, but despite your company's good reputation for customer service, the man she spoke to was not very helpful. He suggested entering the code again, but that's something that the lady or the client had already done. And when she explained that she already had done that, he said it was company policy not to give new codes. And he also suggested that she was trying to get a free album. So in this case, it was very rude for the girl because she wasn't trying to steal the album. She was just trying to have the album she was paying for. So it was a bad situation for her. It was not a successful call. So that was the answer for number 3. If you have a very similar answer, you are correct. And in the question number 4, what 3 things does she want the company to do? Very quickly, guys, she just wanted a refund of the money, a new code so that she can use her gift card, and because of her experience with the helpline, she expected an apology by the trouble caused by the company. So that was the correct answer. In the next exercise, number 6, we will check it with the exercise in this part. So let's read the instructions first. It says, look at the useful language box. Find these words and phrases in Park's email on page 152. Which heading in the useful language box could you put them under? So we have to read these words: although, consequently, despite, nevertheless, nevertheless, and what is more. Okay guys, so it says in the instructions, we already read them. Although, in which part of expressing a contrast, expressing results, or expressing addition goes with? We have to put these words down here just to be familiarized with in which part we can use them, each one of them. So let's start. Okay guys, so in although, the answer would be expressing addition. This one goes in expressing addition. Now the second one, consequently, the consequently goes in expressing result in this part because it expresses a result after. Despite goes in expressing contrast, contrasting an expression. Nevertheless goes in expressing contrast as well. And the last one, what is more, expressing addiction. So okay, I didn't put the part where we had to do it here because it is very complicated, and I think it's easier the way that I gave you the results. It's very complicated to be looking for the answers here, so I did it more simple because the other one takes a lot of time. So yes, let's continue. Let's go to the exercise 7. In this part it says, put the features on a complaint email or letter in the order that they appear in the Park's email. So we're going to read each one of these, and then we are going to order them in the Park's email. For example, we have here from number 1 to number 6, and we have to order them in the correct way. So I'm gonna ask you guys to pause the video, read these, and then we will order them as I play the video. So pause the video, read them, and organize them so that we can check the answers at the end. Okay guys, so the order was, let's check it. For number 1, what was the first one? Letter D. Let's check letter D. We put it here. Let's check it. Yes, correct. What would be the second one? The second one, I found that it was F. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's check them all in just one caption. So okay guys, I hope you already have your answers. Let's check the answers in order. So letter D is the first one. Formal opening. Then we have F, a reason for writing. Letter B, a description of what happened. A clear demand for a solution. E, details of any attachment. And 6C, a formal closing. So this will be the correct answers, guys. Now let's go to the last exercise 8. Let's read the instructions. Choose one of the conversations from activity 1 and write a complaint letter, or write a letter about the experience you had. Use these instructions to help you. So guys, in this part it will be like a little homework. You have to do you have to write a letter, and you have to use these points. Give the reason for your complaint. Decide what you think the company should do. Underline an expression from Park's email that you can use. Make sure you include all these features in Activity 7, and use connectors from Activity 6 to help you organize your writing. I hope you do it in the correct way, guys. If you have any doubts, do not doubt and send us an email or an inbox in Facebook.